Hey guys, how y'all doing? Rodney Meeks here, leader of Team Meeks, and I would like to welcome you guys to the Team Meeks presentation of the 90-day Blitz to Diamond. This meeting is being recorded. So guys, hey, let's get started. First of all, I would like to say in advance, Happy New Year to everybody, guys. I'm coming to you live from my bed. It's just a comfortable place to do a meeting. What I tell you, I mean, you know, we're in um, a profession where we can actually do it like this, and so that's how I have decided to do it. Um, Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everything is going as planned so far. Hope you guys are ending the year strong and starting the new year off right. And so we're gonna go ahead on, and I'm so eager to share this opportunity with you guys. So I'm gonna share my screen here. Let me stop the video and let me share my screen. I want to share this one. All right, share that. All right, so here we go, guys. This is the moment that we've been all waiting for, okay? It is the 90-day Blitz to Diamond. The Road to Financial Freedom in 2018, presented by none other than Team Meeks. Guys, first of all, I want to talk about the 5 phases of a big money earner, okay? The first phase is expose. The second phase is present. The third phase is validate. The fourth phase is enroll. And the fifth phase, guys, is support. So let's talk about expose. Guys, you always, as a big money earner, the number one thing that you have to do is expose, okay? Regardless of how as you guys come in, where you please mute yourself out. But regardless, guys, of how you doing your business, it's all about exposure. Exposure. And here in BreakRoad, you know, we have the most simplest way to expose, and that's by utilizing a 3-minute and 40-second video. So the first phase to becoming a big money earner is exposure. Okay. Now the second phase is to present. Now, at some point, you're gonna have to become a good presenter, guys. The person at the front of the room with the pen makes the money. So it's very important that you guys understand and learn how to present, because the team is only as strong as the weakest link. If there's no weak links in the team, then everybody is strong. So becoming a good presenter is definitely one of the phases of becoming a big money earner. So number 2 is present, guys. Number 3 is validate. You know, we don't just say, hey, do a 3-way call just for the sake of saying it, or just because it's so cliche or whatever, guys. The validation part of the process is everything, because here's the thing: when people join you, they know you, and so they're joining you. So a lot of times they're gonna need, you know, somebody else just a little bit more to validate them on what it is that you're saying, and not only validate on what you're saying, but at the same time another person to lift you up and validate your credentials as a worthy person, you know, for them to join and follow in the opportunity that you're a part of. So validation, guys, is number 3. Number 4, guys, is enroll. The 4th phase of becoming a big money earner is enroll. All of those first 3 phases don't mean anything if nobody ever gets enrolled into your business. So and one of the purpose of validation is to have your prospect on that 3-way call, or actually live in person, to do the closing for you if you can close yourself. So, or if they don't close at that particular time, then what happens is the closer moves that particular prospect to the next exposure. And then sometimes, oftentimes, that prospect needs another person to validate and close them, other than the person that, you know, that tried to close it first. So enrolling is very important, is vital also. And then last but not least, guys, the 5th phase to becoming a big money earner is support. Once you've done all four of the first phases of becoming a big money earner, the second one, guys, is to support. What we want to make sure that we have that intact. We want to make sure that the prospect knows that they have support throughout the entire line, not just from you, but from their sponsor and their sponsor. We want to make sure that a system is in place for your prospect, and then they need to know that a system is also in place and that they have a platform that they can utilize as well. So support is the fifth stage of becoming a big money earner, guys. If you can get these 5 phases correct and you can get them down pat, I'm telling you right now, a big money earner is in your future. Now, we want to create momentum from within. This 90-day game plan, the thing about it is, guys, we already have in the U.S. Break Road team collectively, and then all of the other teams that's within the U.S. Break Road team, and also the people that are in Team Meeks, guys, we have what we need already to go diamond with just the people that we have. So we want to go elite from within. So the way we do that is, let me bring that up. Just a second here. We want to start with your spouse. Now, a lot of people don't think about this part of it, but here's what I did. When I joined, I understood the comp plan well enough to not only bring myself in, but also bring my spouse in. So now I understand that there's 2 paychecks coming under one roof. Now, granted that my wife is not doing the business, but here's what I understood, guys. I understood that if I join, right, and then and this could have happened vice versa. It could have happened either way. But if I join, put my wife under me, well, with my efforts, because she's on my right side, everything that I do on my right side is going to automatically build her business, right? It's going to build her the right side of her leg. So I knew that. So what I did was I brought another strong leader in and put her on my wife's left side. So now my wife's left side and right side is building. And so, guys, that's another stream of income. That's 2 paychecks from BreakRoad that's coming into my household versus my one. So you definitely want to get your spouse, if not involved in it physically, you want to get them an account in here, place them under you, and then your efforts build their account as well. Now, we all know that tax season is coming up, guys. So all of your team members that's on your team that have not yet gone elite, this is the perfect time to do it. They're going to have extra money to get it done, guys. Promote team member upgrades, okay? Now, all of this right here, we haven't even talked about the numbers yet as far as the 90-day game plan. But this is the guys. This is the pre-game plan leading up to the 90-day game plan. So you want to make sure that you go ahead on, you do your due diligence and get all of this stuff in place. Now, guys, the next thing, why do you want to go elite? Well, here's the reason why. Because of more products, guys. More products mean more samples. Or if you're a type that don't like to sample, you rather retail your products, then you can retail. You can retail or samples, but it simply means more exposure. More exposure, guys, mean more testimonies. More testimonies mean potentially more signups, guys, and more signups mean more money. So joining the elite club is definitely where you want to be, guys. And then another thing is you also take advantage of the highest commission payouts that the company has to offer by going elite. And then also you get to unlock the 25% check match, guys, which is the elite power bonus. Now, for those of us that's already elite, we understand how powerful this particular payout is, and we've benefited from the 25% check match. And the way that breaks down is you have 15% check match on your personally sponsored dual team bonus payouts, and then 10% on your second level dual team bonus payout. So, guys, I'm telling you, that is the commission that you would definitely enjoy by going and becoming an elite. And then last but not least, guys, people don't do what you say, they do what you do. So you have to lead by example. You know, you can't be telling somebody to go elite if you have a basic package or a builder package. Lead by example. Lead your team with action, not with just your words. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about the difference between professionals versus amateurs. Now, guys, the difference between a professional and an amateur is simple. The professional get paid to do what they do and amateurs don't. Simply put, now let's dig a little deeper. We only get paid to do two things, guys, in this profession, and two things only: recruit and retail, period. Nothing else. We don't get paid to do anything else except recruit and retail. That's it. Now, here's what an amateur does, guys. If you're watching TV, or shall I, let me just use me for example. If Mr. Meeks is watching TV all the time, he's an amateur. If Mr. Meeks is searching on the internet looking for other deals, he's an amateur. If Mr. Meeks is comparing his comp plan with other companies' comp plans, he's an amateur. If Mr. Meeks is worried about why his upline hasn't called him, he's an amateur. Guys, listen, anything that you're doing that's not retailing or recruiting, guys, is amateur activity. But if Mr. Meeks is recruiting and retailing, then he's a professional. Professional get paid to do what they do. Amateurs don't. Now, if you want to get to the big money, guys, you have to work at least 2 hours. Now we about to get into the nuts and bolts of this 90-day game plan here. You have to work at least 2 hours a day as a professional relationship builder. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is 2 hours a day, you have to communicate with your prospects about either your opportunity or your products. Guys, you decide how you want to communicate that, whether it be social media, whether it's a phone call, a text, email, however you want to do it, you have to take 2 hours out of the 24 hours that you have per day and start relationship building, communicating with your prospects about your opportunity or your product. Guys, remember, as a professional, we get paid to do two things: recruit and retail. So either we're getting a distributor or we getting a customer. Okay, anything else is amateur activity. So now let's talk about the numbers, guys. Now we got about to get into the 90-day game plan, guys. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, what I'm sharing with you is not something I made up. Okay, it's something that was taught to me. It's been around in our network marketing profession forever. I'm just regurgitating the information, guys. I've been a student, and so I've actually done this. So now I am teaching it. I'm qualified to teach you guys this because I've done it, and I've been successful with it, and those of before me as well. So now the way this thing's gonna work out is this: 2 hours per day, guys. Okay, 2 hours per day, 30 contacts per day, 30 contacts. All right, 5 days a week. We're not even talking about 7 days, guys. We're talking Monday to Friday. That's it. The weekends you can take off. Now I know some of you are gonna be overzealous, you know, and you're gonna be very ambitious, and you're gonna do the 7 days. That's fine, but understand that for 90 days, I'm telling you, this is probably going to be, I'm not going to lie to you, it's probably going to be the hardest work that you've ever done, but it's going to be the most rewarding thing that you can ever do to skyrocket your business in 2018. And then to make this work as a team, guys, we need to be doing at least 6 daily opportunity meetings. So now let's break this down. Now with the 2 hour, here's how your 2 hour day is gonna look. Okay, first of all, guys, we need undivided attention and focus for only 2 hours. Now you could do what you want to do the rest of the day, but for those 2 hours, we need you to focus your attention on those 2 hours doing the business, being a professional. Cut off all communication for just those 2 hours, okay? Then you want to set a definite 2-hour period that you will not be interrupted. I'm telling you, you have to treat these 2 hours like your life depends on it, guys, because it actually does from a financial standpoint. Make sure that you've communicated with your family. Guys, you have to compromise. You got to say, listen, family, wife, husband, kids, for 2 hours. For these 2 hours from 7 to 9 or 8 to 10 or 11 to 1, whatever you choose, you let them know that I am going to be focused on this business for the next 2 hours. I don't need anybody to bother me, okay? Guys, this is so important that you make this happen, all right? And then, like I said, you got 24 hours in a day. You can do whatever you want to do with those other 22 hours. But for those 2 particular hours, you want to devote that to your business, period. Income producing activities, okay? And so now, what are you going to do with those 2 hours? You're going to be contacting your 30 people. Now, listen, you can contact 30 people realistically within 35 to 40 minutes. You can do it easily within 1 hour. So that way you have the next hour to follow up with those 30, okay? And the way it will go, for those of you that's listening, it will go something like this. So the phone rings, it says Dr. Elam. Hey, Dr. Elam, how you doing? Hey, man, I'm doing great. What can I do for you? Like, listen, man, do you have 5 minutes right now? And then he say, yes, I got 5 minutes. What you got, man? I said, okay, listen, I got a video I want to send to you, man. It's 3 minutes and 40 seconds long. If you got 5 minutes, then it's only going to take 3 minutes 40 seconds of your time. Listen, how do you want me to send it? You want me to send it via text or messenger? How you want me to send it? And then he tells you, tell me how you want me to send it. And then maybe you try to ask me, well, man, what is it about? Well, man, Doc, listen, I don't want to spoil it for you. I want you to see it like I saw it. You said you want me to send it to your messenger? Yeah, man, send it to my messenger. Okay, listen, I'm about to send it to your messenger, and I'll call you back. But while you watching it, what I want you to do is I want you to just take out the number one thing that stood out about the video to you, just like what's the number one most thing that that caught your attention, and then let me know when I call you back. Guys, that's it. Hang up the phone, on to the next person. Now, I kind of exaggerated a little bit, but it goes a little faster than that. But all in all, guys, it takes less than a minute to do what I just did, and then you're on to the next contact. Now, if you are using text, you have to make sure that you get a response, okay? Because we're not talking about just simply contacting 30 people, okay? That's not 30 contacts. That's not 30 connections. We're talking about 30 real connections, people that have actually responded to you and you responded back, okay? So sometimes, guys, it may take about 50 contacting 50 or more people in order to get those 30 connections, but just make sure that you get those 30 connections, okay? So what you want to do is you want to write down the ones that you actually connected with, okay? You want to make a ledger of the people that you've actually connected with, and then you want to write down the ones that that you left a voicemail with, because then you want to follow back up with them. But if you reach your 30 connections before you left the ones with the voicemail, and then the ones the voicemail call you back, then that's just gravy for that particular day, okay? And then you want to write down the ones that you actually followed up with, that actually saw your video, and then you follow back up and you ask them, hey, what's the number one thing that stood out to you? And then whatever they tell you, the number one thing that stood out to them, what you want to do is you want to agree with them. If they say, you know what, the number one thing that stood out to me, man, was the the cervical cancer and stuff like that. And then so you agree with them, because you're like, you know what, that's one of the things that stood out with me as well. And then you go into a brief description of why that stood out to you. You validate their answer. You validate their answer, and you give them relevance. And then of course you move on to the close. Now at this point, you may want to get your sponsor on the phone for a three-way, okay? But you keep the ball rolling. And then once again, you write down the ones that you've actually done three ways with, whether you close them or not, or whether you're taking them to the next exposure, getting them on a webinar or something like that, guys. It's very important that you keep notes on everything that you do day to day. And then, guys, hold yourself accountable for hitting these targets. Hold yourself accountable for getting those 30 connections per day. You can't do less than 30. I'm telling you, if you want this thing to work, guys, we're talking about the next 90 days, your life changes tremendously. This is going to be hard work, guys, but it's going to be worth it if you do it. I've done it, and I'm telling you, these numbers work. So make sure you hold yourself accountable. Okay, now, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, guys. Listen, if you are successfully contacting 30 prospects per day, guys, that equals 150 prospects a week. Now, 150 prospects a week equals 600 prospects a month. Guys, listen, the rule of thumb is every 10 people you expose an opportunity to, if done effectively, you will get at least one to join. That's about a 10% average. So if only 10%, watch this, of 600 prospects join you per month in your business, that's 60 new distributors per month in your business, guys. 60 new distributors per month equals 180 new distributors in your business within the next 90 days. You have to do these numbers. I'm telling you, it is life changing, guys. It's definitely life changing. Now, what you want to do now with the 6 daily opportunity meeting. Now, this is a minimum. What I really want us to do is to really have about maybe 10 to 15 webinars, and meetings going on per day, and eventually it's going to get like that. I would say probably about around month 2, we probably reach 10 to 15 per day. Starting off, it may be kind of slow, guys, but we want to make sure that we are able to hit everybody, because people work different hours and things like that. So in the morning, I would say about an 8 o'clock meeting or an 11 o'clock meeting. Okay, around midday, we're looking at maybe 1 p.m. and a 4 p.m. webinar or meeting, and then the evening, guys, we're looking at about 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. Guys, listen, these are the numbers. This is how we're going to reach diamond and beyond within the next 90 days if everybody do this. I'm telling you, even if everybody don't do it, because we know everybody's not going to do it. That's the 80-20 rule. Only 20% of people that's in your organization is going to account for about 80% of your productivity. So we work with those 20%, guys. But these are the numbers.